peace when you slow it down. Throw off the rules like our shoes on the golden ground.
Hi, I'm glad you're here. Welcome to Home, where you come to reset your nervous system and rewire your week. Today, I want to talk about something that can feel strangely tender. The difference between knowing something and living it. Often, you can understand a pattern. You can name it perfectly. You can explain it with clarity and still find yourself reacting in the old way. Still feeling the same tightness. Still doing the same loop. This isn't you being behind. It's just the difference between information and integration. This week, I had a moment that made me smile because it was so simple and so true. If you looked at my life from the outside, you might think it's quite quiet, possibly even boring, uneventful, no big spectacle, no overly exciting news, not the kind of week you'd write a film about. Yet inside it's vast. There's a whole world I've built for myself that you can't see from the street. An inner life with rooms, textures, weather, memories, meanings, tiny shifts, deep noticing, a kind of internal civilization. And it reminded me so much of what matters is invisible. Living something doesn't always look impressive. Often, it looks ever so ordinary. It looks like a pause before you reply, a boundary you set on a call with calm, a softer tone, an acceptance, a different choice with no announcement, a body that stops bracing in its place, where it used to brace automatically. Knowing is often immediate. Living is usually gradual. Knowing is the sentence. Living is the nervous system believing it. That's why repetition doesn't mean you didn't get it. Repetition is often the system practicing a new outcome until it becomes familiar. Not because you're broken, but because your brain and body learn through experience, through safety, through time, and through contact. That's also why connection and creativity matter more than we give them credit for. They make change real. They turn an idea into something you can actually inhabit. So if you've been thinking, I understand this, why am I still here? Let this land gently. You're not here because you failed. You're here because your system is still translating. So from the outside, a life can look still, even unremarkable. Inside, there can be entire worlds unfolding, inner cities of memory and meaning, private seasons, internal architectures shaped by care, curiosity, and survival. A person can be living richly without spectacle, growing without noise, evolving without evidence. Some of the deepest lives are the least visible because they're being lived inwardly, where change doesn't perform for others, it settles. After all, you're a human being, not a circus performer. Here are your 3 neuro nuggets for this week. Steady, practical, and human. 1. Insight can light the room. Integration is what changes the way you move through it. 2. Repetition isn't a sign you're stuck. It's often a sign something is trying to land. 3. A quiet life can hold enormous depth. What changes you most is often happening where no one can see it. Next week, we'll stay close to this, how change becomes sustainable when it moves at the speed of the nervous system and not the speed of your mind. Until then, I'm KellyjoConeyKhan, and this is Home, your weekly reset.
Place when you slow it down. Throw off the rules like our shoes on the golden